Somebody tried to call the feds on Schottenheimer, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and play it, and I think it's John Joe. Trying to call the feds on Schottenheimer, dog, and Schottenheimer just answered it so swaggily. Here's Schottenheimer talking about the big play.
On the big throw to CD.
Yeah, it's John Joe.
Kind of what's Jake Ferguson's job there? It seemed like he was a big.
Actually, Will Steele, while this
real Karen energy right there, but go ahead.
Actually, Will Steele, while this is playing, I got the pick pulled up on film right now. So let me know when you got this loaded up. We can go ahead and run at the same time.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
Part of that play happened.
Yeah. So anytime you get in those condensed formations, right, there's a chance that the release pattern might have someone get in the way of somebody else potentially. And Jake was just running his route, and the guy just kind of ran into Jake. But when you get in those condensed formations, Jake has a route. He's running a route, and so I thought CeeDee did a nice job. Again, he kind of stuck the guy inside, which got Adorie's weight on his inside. And then when CeeDee came out, obviously you saw what happened. He kind of ran into Jake. But again, teams that play man to man, they have to be really good at those combinations, because there's a lot of different ways those three pieces can move.
Bro, CeeDee's sick, man. Look at this release. He slipped, but
he did.
He tore. Oof.
Inside move, and look, that's what coach was talking about, right? Getting Adoree Jackson to shift his weight a little bit. Yep. CeeDee with that inside step, you can see Adoree turn his shoulders just a little bit. Boom, you can see Adoree turn his shoulders right at that point. So if CeeDee's outside right now, and Adoree Jackson facing Dak Prescott, one, he don't see Jake at all. He don't see Jake at all. But two, it takes him one extra step just to get outside to even recover to get to CeeDee. And one more facet of this route that works fantastically here is Jake Ferguson actually selling it like, hey, y'all, I'm moving inside. I'm swimming. Like, I'm running the route for real. But it's most important that CeeDee gets real tight to Jake right there. And that's where the rub happens. And 27 is going to be out the play because he's supposed to be following Jake.
Right.
And hey, man.
Hey, great point on him selling that. You're probably not going to get this look too much with the Jets. They play way more zone. Mm-hmm. But go back real quick. This play, to me, what made it special is you had a play within the play. You had a rub within the rub in case these guys do a switch release, in case these guys pick this up, in case his safety at the top understands what he sees because we've seen film and he splits it. Keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to pause it. Keep going. Pause. Run it back just a little bit. I'll tell you when to pause it one more time. Keep going. Keep going. Pause. You got another rub with Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks.
Yep. Yes. Look, Will. Yes. Look. I was like, okay. And I was watching the film, right? And you can only see it from this view, right? Yep. Because you know what I'm saying. Broadcast just run to CeeDee Lamb, right?
Gallup just come in your face at the last second on the other view. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why the hell Brandon Cooks? Yeah.
Pause. Yeah.
It's all right. Hey, you said Gallup was gonna do what?
Can't talk football.
Winston, you said Gallup was gonna do what now?
We're not doing this because there's a deeper.
Yeah, don't even say nothing else. Don't even.
You know I hit up too high about that.
Yeah. We try to get the interview and trying to have a job, really.
I'm not saying nothing, man. Just play the goddamn play.
Yeah, man. I was watching the film, man. I was like, damn, dog. Why is Brandon Cooks? I was like, why is Brandon Cooks crack blocking? I can't even talk.
Can't talk, dog.
I was like, why is Brandon Cooks crack blocking this? Like, this was supposed to be a CeeDee Lamb thing. Why is Brandon Cooks in there crack? Like, because it looks like Brandon Cooks said the pick. Like, he's hitting somebody. Well, Paul. But I didn't even think about it till I saw him deliver that blow, and then I saw him like run over there.
Yeah, and he went to the other side of hash mark, and then that wide receiver. Oh, hold on. He went under. he went underneath. I can't.
Here's Mike McCarthy talking about the offensive line, bro.
And I think if you look at position that
Position.
that handled the adjustments. Obviously you have the first game. With the expectations. Obviously you have a defense that has a number of different looks, a number of different personnel groups. So I thought we had one alignment early in the game that was different than because we just hadn't seen it from them. Obviously with the addition of Simmons, so the adjustment to that was a good adjustment on the sideline. But I thought our offensive line did a nice job.
Yeah, I'm going to give my rankings every single week, Will. Still, I think that'll be a fun thing to do. I used to do.
You got me doing that now.
Hey man, it's a cool thing to do context wise. I'm going to rank the starters or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into how Hoffman did on his 3 plays, but Zack Martin is ridiculous. Will Still.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Martin is ridiculous. And look, you can have a good game, but then it's like plays when you, like as Zack Martin is having a good game, it's like plays that you'll see that super indicates how good of a game Zack Martin's having. When we see Dexter Lawrence, right? Dexter Lawrence always getting double teamed by somebody. Chuma Adoga barely hanging on, Will Still, you know what I mean? Tyler Biadasz fighting for his life to go and get some help. Meanwhile, pull this up, Will Still. Meanwhile, we look at Zack Martin here, and look, don't look at nobody else because Chuma Adoga run all over the place. I was watching film on the Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I look at Zack Martin on this play one-on-one versus Dexter Lawrence, and we just chilling. We just chilling. And look, and just think about what we're watching in Patreon, right? We're watching Chuma Adoga have to run and help Biadasz, and Biadasz is in Dak Prescott lap sometime. And this is the best defensive lineman on the line right now. All pro Will Still? All pro?
I believe so, yeah.
All pro Dexter Lawrence. And we get a one-on-one with Zack. And I'm like, all right, one-on-one with Zack. What it look like? And Zack is just handling the business. And so well, I'm to a point to where people was like, hey, man, Zack Martin falling off. And I'm like, man, but he's still first all-pro Dexter Lawrence. And I look in the chat, and you going, Zack Martin, man. Damn. Man, dog, Zack was just so impressive, man. But he was my one guy, clearly. I think we have to continue to respect Terrence Steele. I think Terrence Steele is turning into a guy that when you're watching the film, you really only got to look at it one time just to see what he did. Because look, this is what I do on film. I'll watch Tyron and bring it back a few times. Okay, he was fine here. Chuma, whatever. And then I'll just say on film, I'm sure Zack is okay, but let's just watch him. And Zack will be okay because I just know it, right? Mm-hmm. I think Terrence is getting into that territory. And when Giants fans were showing up and they were talking shit, they talked about what Kayvon would do to us. They talked about what Azeez Ojulari would do to us. And Jahai Ward, who's a name that's recognizable that they felt really, really good about. But no matter who it was lined up against Terrence Steele, Terrence was fine. So Terrence is my second guy. He ranks second in my pass rush situation. But Terrence would be first if Zack wasn't just one-on-one and Dexter Lawrence and perfect versus everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I feel like we're going to be having that lineup for majority of the weeks. This is 19 games we got left, 20 games total. Sure. I feel like 18 of them Jones is going to be Zack Martin, Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele, Zack Martin. Like, you know what I mean? Back and forth.
Yeah. We'll see what Tyler looks like when he comes back. I think that's going to be super fun.
You know what? I completely forgot about that.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler's a sophomore now. Peanut butter Tyler at guard. Will Still. What does Peanut Butter Tyler in the game look like at guard? I can't wait till his first game.
True.
But Tyron Smith was my third guy, and honestly, I think Tyron is gonna be every year. Well, just every week he's healthy at least. I think he's gonna be your fourth or fifth guy. Will, because I think Zack, Terrence, and Tyler are going to consistently fight for 1, 2, and 3 every single week.
I agree.
And with Biadasz, it's going to depend on who we up against. Now we got Quentin Williams this week. Don't ask me nothing, but it's going to be certain games where we just don't have like a legit animal. And there are some good defensive tackles that Tyler Biadasz can block, but I'm talking about the Quentin Williams of the world, the Dexter Lawrence of the world, that Zack, you know what I'm saying, those guys.
Hey, we going to need Tyler back to this. The Truma, I don't like the matchup this week. Not saying I didn't like it with Dexter, but the way their splits are, we'll talk about this more tomorrow.
Sure.
This is going to be scary. They're trying to isolate your interior guys.
That's no fun. That's no fun. But hey, let's just hope Dak figures it out, dog. Whatever he did to win with 30 win rush weight, pass rush weight. Let's hope he do it again.
KD